here's something to think about. When you're right up to the edge, you know, I've just got my 8-inch, or 6-inch. You get right up to the edge. Don't try to clean that off perfect, because no matter what you do, it's not going to be nice and straight enough to where you can leave this tape up here. Okay? And the more I work on this, if I work on this edge too much, I may start loosening up this tape. Because once I get up to that point, you know, I'll have to, I can clean it up maybe a little bit and see what I can do. But then, when I get done with the entire ceiling, I'll let the tape dry a little bit, I'll pull it down, and I'll move this tape down a little bit. That way I can clean this up, because the line, when you work on that, you'll see when you put your tape up, it's not a perfectly straight line. You've got nooks and crannies and highs and lows onto the wall. And after I paint the white ceiling, I'm probably going to have to caulk this inside corner, and on top of that, some of this acoustic spray is going to be down on the wall. I may have to cut in my walls again too. So, you know, I'm just going to be careful along the edges for now, and I'll have to address that when I get the rest, you know, the majority of the ceiling done. I'll get the ceiling done all the way up to like that, and then I'll kind of go back and I'll look at that and see what I'm going to do. Because at that point, if the tape starts coming loose, it could go and pull all of it down. I don't care if it does that after I get all this other stuff off the ceiling, you know what I mean? Then it's just around this edge. But once I get to that point, I still want to have this plastic up, so I'll lower this down, and I'll just have a couple inches here or whatever. That way I can clean up the edge and do whatever, and then I'll have to decide at that point, do I want to raise this plastic back up, or am I going to cut that in by hand? Am I going to put some more tape up there and then paint so I don't have to cut in, and then pull the masking tape off and then cut in the walls or whatever? Okay, every job's going to be slightly different, especially with this popcorn ceiling. So I'm just trying to give you some different thoughts to think about on your project. And you know what? I know you can do it. One more thing I wanted to share with you. You know, I was dreading this part because I wasn't sure how easy it was going to come down, how smooth the ceiling was going to be and all that. I thought that was going to be the hard chore. But you know what? The hardest chore is to put this plastic up, put the masking tape up, make sure the floor is covered and all that kind of stuff. This part here, I think, is going to be the fun part. And whenever I come across something that I think might be worth your while, I'm going to tell you about it. Now, what you want to do, I guess you want to go in just small areas as you go. You don't want to saturate the entire ceiling and then think, oh, I'll just do it all in one whack and be done with it. Then you're going to have the acoustic spray. It's going to be wet for way longer, and then you're going to have a chance of your tape loosening up that much more, because just this, I've noticed there's a little tape that's come loose right there, and I've got another piece down here on the inside corner. I'm going to be having to be careful with that, and there's some right on the inside corner all the way over there in the corner too. So I'm still going to be aware of that. So, you know, when you do this much, try to scrape off all of the area that you've got wet, so that then your ceiling will have a chance to start drying now. You know? Remember that. Don't leave that water up there too long on that acoustic spray. Okay? Small sections at a time, and you don't have to wait that long for it to get saturated before you start scraping it off. I waited about 10 minutes. Somebody told me about 20 minutes. I tried 10 minutes. I think this next bit, I'm going to go about 5 minutes to try to get less water up there, because even that, you know, that I think will be fine. But I don't want to go any more than that, and preferably just a little bit less moisture than that as well. Keep her going.